Hey YouTube, I got another knife review for you. This is the Spyderco Manix 2 Extra Large. This knife just recently became available. Alright, the price tag was $105 from Knife Center. Alright, now the blade length on the Manix 2 XL is 3.86 inches. Alright, and that is an S30V blade. Alright, G10 handle scales. And the weight on this is around 6 ounces. So it's a fairly large knife. And you know, the Manix 2, the regular size, very popular knife. Right? And you know, I can't imagine that the XL version is going to be anything less than also very popular. A lot of people wanted a larger Manix 2. And you know, this is large enough to be tactical. Oh yes. Alright, let's take a closer look at the Manix 2 XL. Alright, there you see the textured G10 handle scales, and I would rate the grippiness. It's only a medium grippy, maybe a B or B plus for grippiness, so it's not gonna, hopefully it's not gonna rip up your pocket too much. Alright, you see it is semi-open construction with the pillars there. It does have a tubed lanyard hole right there. And it is a 2-position pocket clip. Comes set up right side tip up. Can be switched to left side tip up. And the locking mechanism is a Spyderco ball bearing lock. That is a form of piston lock. Basically, as you open it, it goes up and down like a piston. The Spyderco opening hole, that's a 14mm. It's an oversized opening hole. Alright, and I'm wearing a glove so I don't print it up. I open it. The opening was very smooth. Alright, now here, let me give you a close up of the blade. You see it is a high polish satin finish on that blade. Alright, now you see the full flat grind there, and it is the classic Spyderco leaf shape drop point blade shape. And you see there's jimping on the thumb ramp there. The liners are extended to have a little bit of jimping there, and there's even jimping there on that choil. Right, and allows you, you know, that choil right there allows you to choke up on the knife like so. All in all, it's a pretty impressive blade. Pretty impressive. And as you can see there, it's a high quality stainless steel S30V, and this is made in the USA. See right there, Golden, Colorado, USA earth. And overall, you know, it seems to be a very nice blade. The opening, it's extremely smooth. There's no blade play in any direction on the one that I received. Alright, and here is a size comparison. The Manix 2 XL on the very right, and then in the center is Manix 2 Sprint Run, and then on the far left is the Sage 3, which has a blade shape very similar to the Manix, so I kind of consider it a mini Manix. Okay, so we have the small, regular, and XL. Alright, and that's how they are in the closed position. You see the Manix XL is significantly larger. Alright, and boom, magic of editing. Here's the size comparison with in the open position. You can see the Sage 3 has a 3-inch long blade. The Manix 2 has a 3.3-inch long blade. And then the Manix XL, as I said, 3.86-inch long blade. All right, and you know, just in case it's hard to see that way, let's let me back this up a little bit. All right, and there you see the Manix 2 and the Manix 2 XL. You see how much wider the XL is. It's a bit longer, and it also has a little bit of a fuller belly, more curve to the belly. All right. And the handle lengths, again you see the Manix 2 there. See, it's a lot, not a lot bigger, but definitely noticeably bigger handle length. All right, and compare with the little bitty Sage. Right there you see the XL Manix 2 just kind of dwarfs the little Sage 3. All right, and let's do a little bit of cutting. The Manix 2 XL. Arrived extremely sharp. All right, and let's try some paracord. Very sharp on the paper. Let's try some paracord. I just got some regulation paracord here. Push cutting through it. You know, it goes through it. Just goes through it pretty easily. And I'm push cutting, which is not how I usually cut paracord, but you just push it through and it cuts it. Let's try 2 strands. Pretty good. 4 strands regulation paracord. Screw it. I'm gonna do the push method. There you go. Very sharp out of the box. Very good for cutting paracord. Alright, YouTube, one other test I want to try. Well, that is my H.R. Geiger poster, which is going to be the background for this little test. Alright, let's test its impact cutting ability. Pretty good. Thin catalog paper. Yes, Cabela's. No problem with the super thin catalog paper. Hold on, I'm gonna do it slower. I don't want to cheat now. Nice slow cut. No problem. Super cheap catalog paper. Alright, YouTube. Well, that was a lot of different types of cutting, but you know, I just got this today, so you know, I figured I'd do a little more testing of it. And you know, these are probably gonna sell out pretty fast, at least the initial run. Right? That's why I thought it was important to get this out as soon as possible to help people decide, you know, before it sells out. But you know, my initial impression of this knife. Well, I definitely like that extra wide full flat ground blade. I like this steel a lot. The opening is super smooth. I feel the ball bearing type lock is I like it better than a liner lock. I feel it's very secure. I can't imagine accidentally disengaging it because it is you almost need 2 fingers to do so. Overall, you know, I think this blade is definitely a winner. I'm glad that I, you know, purchased it as soon as it became available. I definitely think if you like the Manix 2, I can't imagine that you wouldn't also like this XL version. It's a heavy use knife. Mine had no play. Very good fit and finish. It's a strong knife. You know, it's got those liners. G10, you know, preferred material. Overall, yes, I would recommend the knife as a heavy work EDC, or even as a tactical. It does have the reach. And I hope you enjoyed this knife review. Stay tuned for many more. And I am out of here. Peace out, dudes.